Carla from Sticks and Stones here, and we're going to be talking about the difference between behaviours that are rude, mean, and bullying. Important to note that these are behaviours and they're not labels for people. Behaviours can change, but it's really hard for people to shake labels that they've been given because of different ways that they've behaved in the past. We can always change the way that we behave, but those labels can stick around and make it really hard for someone to make a change in what they're doing. Let's start with behaviour that's rude. The key difference around rude behaviour is that it's not planned. It's really spur of the moment. And what's happening is that you might actually be doing or saying something to hurt someone else without actually trying to. Rude behaviour is usually because you're not really thinking. Or if you are thinking, you're normally thinking about yourself and not really about the feelings of the other person. The other factors that can make behaviour rude could be because you're using bad manners or you're not really thinking about how the other person is feeling and whether or not they're going to be hurt by what it is you're saying or doing. The key difference to behaviour that's rude compared to behaviour that's mean is that if it's rude, you're not trying to hurt someone. You're not trying to make them feel like they don't matter. It is not deliberate and it's not on purpose. Now, that doesn't mean that people's feelings might still not be hurt, but it's really different to that mean behaviour when you know that they're going to be hurt and you do it anyway. So what does rude behaviour look like? Well, it could be interrupting or talking over somebody or borrowing something without asking and maybe even damaging it and not really taking that seriously. Being mean is really different to being rude. Mean behaviour is when you say or do something to hurt someone on purpose. But the difference between something that's mean and something that's bullying is that mean behaviour might happen once or maybe twice, but it doesn't happen over and over again. The other really big difference between things that are mean and things that are rude is about intention, whether or not you're doing something on purpose, whether it's deliberate, whether or not you know that the person is probably going to feel hurt or upset, and whether you do it anyway. Being mean often happens if you're feeling angry or upset and you're lashing out because of your hurt feelings. But sometimes mean behaviour can happen because you're feeling a little bit jealous or insecure and you're trying to make someone else feel the way that you're feeling or not as good about themselves. Being mean can sound like saying things like you're so fat or stupid or ugly or so gay, or making really horrible comments like, oh, you're really wearing that top again? Didn't you wear it last week? Or asking things like, what's wrong with you? Leaving people out on purpose, ignoring them, laughing at them, rolling your eyes or laughing whenever they say something, things that make the person feel like they don't matter. The third kind of behaviour is bullying. And for something to be bullying instead of being rude or mean, it has three key elements. The first, like mean behaviour, it's done on purpose. But here's where things start to get a bit different. Bullying is about power. The person being hurt does not know how to stop what's happening. Friends can be mean to one another and have an equal balance of power. In bullying, the person being hurt feels trapped or lost or alone and doesn't know what to do. And the final thing with bullying, there's a pattern. It happens over and over again. It's not a one-off. The other thing that's hard about bullying behaviour is that often the person who's doing the bullying does not really feel bad about what they're doing, even if the person being hurt asks them to stop. But that doesn't make a bully a bad person. Remember, it's about behaviour. Someone that's bullying someone else is doing that because they're not feeling happy or safe or loved, and they need help too. Why is it important to know the difference between rude, mean, and bullying behaviours? Because when we understand the difference, we can get the right help to the right people, and together we can make bullying a thing of the past.